Assalamu alaikum students, hope you all are fine. So last time we have done question number 12 and 13 of exercise 10b. So today we have to deal with question number 14 and 15 of exercise 10b, which are of advanced level. Okay, so let's read the statement of question number 14. Okay, let's read it. A courier travels due north at an average speed of 40 km per hour for 6 minutes to collect a parcel before traveling 10 km due east to deliver it. He then travels due south at an average speed of 30 km per hour for 12 minutes to collect another parcel. Find the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point. Okay, so in this question what they are saying, let's read the first sentence. A courier travels due north at an average speed of 40 km per hour. For this we need to remind the concept of directions. Okay, you can see the figure in which there is north, which is upward, and there is right, where is east, and in the left side west, and in the downward direction of south. So by using this direction table we have to draw the figure, because figure is not given in this question. So what we have to do, a courier travels due north at an average speed of 40 km per hour for 6 minutes. Okay, so they are talking about north. First courier travels north, which is upward direction, which is 40 km per hour for 6 minutes. Okay, so and the secondly, to collect a parcel before traveling 10 km due east to deliver it. So before, then after traveling 40 km per hour, then it travels 10 km due east, so in the right direction, 40 km per hour, then in the east direction, which is 10 km due east to deliver it. He then travels due south at an average speed of 30 km per hour. Okay, after delivering the parcel he travels due south, which is south direction is downward and of 30 km per hour. Then the figure for 12 minutes to collect another parcel. Find the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point. Okay, so after drawing this figure, which is mentioned in the question, after drawing this figure, now what they are asking about the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point. So what is a courier? A courier is a person who travels a parcel. Okay, so what we have to find, they are asking about the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point. Okay, so we have to find the shortest distance. Okay, first we have to draw this figure. We have let this thing, so let the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point is x kilometer, and then we will move forward. So let the shortest distance be x kilometer. As you can see in the figure, first the courier started travels due north for which is 40 km per hour for 6 minutes. So distance traveled due north is 40 into, we have to 40 km per hour. So we have to convert the unit into kilometer, which is given in the kilometer per hour. So what we have to do, distance traveled due north equals to 40 km per hour for 6 minutes. So 40 multiplied by 6 divided by 60. Why we divided by 60? Because in the 1 hour we have 60 minutes. So in 6 minutes due north the courier traveled 4 km. So and in distance traveled due north, which is given 30 km per hour for 12 minutes. So how can we find out? 30 multiplied by 12 divided by 60 equals to 6 km. So now we have 6 km due north after traveling 12 minutes. So we have converted the unit into kilometer, which was given into kilometer per hour. So now what we have to do, by using Pythagoras theorem, as we have assumed the shortest distance be x kilometer, which is shown in the figure where it is. So what they asked in the question, find the shortest distance between the courier and his starting point. So what was his starting point? His starting point was from the north, due north, which is 4 km. So we have to find the shortest distance of the courier from his starting point. So shortest distance will be this which is shown in the figure, which is x. Okay, if we will not take this distance, let's take this one, 4 kilometer, then 10 kilometer, and then 6 kilometer. So it will be, greater, it will be the greater distance. So they asked in the question, we have to find the shortest distance. So the shortest distance from the starting point will be this, which we have assumed from x to, and here we extended this triangle. So, and you can see this dotted line, which is look like a rectangle. So in all the corners of rectangle shows 90-degree angle, you can see. So what we have to do, by using Pythagoras theorem, calculation is in front of you, x square. So we have to take right angle triangle, as you can see dotted line, and then side which is opposite to that right angle is x, which is square, equals to perpendicular square plus base square, which is x square equals to, and the perpendicular, which is 10 kilometer, dotted line which is given due east distance 10 square plus, and then if we have to find this shortest distance of this dotted triangle, what we have to do, we have given total distance 6 kilometer due south, and we have given due north, which is 4 kilometers. So we have to minus 6 minus 4, then we will be having this shortest distance, which will be 2. So 6 minus 4 square, x square equals to, then 100 plus 2 square, and then 100 plus 2 square, 4, 104, and then we will take square root, and after taking square root, it will be, x will be 10.2 kilometer. So we have found the shortest distance of the courier from his starting point, so which they asked. So if you want to find out the shortest distance by taking 4 kilometer, by taking triangle 4 kilometer, 10 kilometer, and between, and a diagonal between them, so you can also find. So when you will be find, so it will be greater than 10.2. So that is the shortest distance which they asked. So that's why we have taken this triangle. Okay, let's move on to the question number 15. Okay, in question number 15, let's read the statement. A designer is tasked to design 2 tables for children such that the tabletops are of different shapes as shown, and that the perimeter of each tabletop is 132 centimeter. In question number 15, they are saying a designer who has designed 2 tables for children, which is, one is of square top and second is of round top. So tables, one table's top is square and the second table's top is round top. So they have given the perimeter of the square table top and the round table top, which is 132 centimeter. Okay, so in the A part, they are asking about find the length of each side of square tabletop. So they are talking about square tabletop, which is given. So we have to find the length of each side of the square tabletop in this. Okay, before finding the length of each side of square tabletop, we just need to understand the concept of perimeter. So what is perimeter, which is given in the question, 132 centimeter for both the tables, which is square and round. So what is perimeter? Perimeter, is the length of the outline of a shape. Perimeter is the length of the outline of a shape. Okay, for example, you can see for square. In square, we know all sides are equal. So 4 and total sides are 4, and 4 of all are equal. So the perimeter will be for square is x plus y, twice of length plus twice of width. Let's suppose if x is a length of the square and y is the width of the square. So the formula for perimeter will be all the sides. You have to sum the length of all the sides, and then the perimeter you can find out. So what is perimeter? Perimeter is the length of the outline of a shape. So in this, they are asking about find length of each side of square tabletop. In square we have all the sides are equal, and they have given the perimeter, which is 132. So if we have to find the length of the one side of the square tabletop, what we can do? We know in the perimeter they have sum all the sides and they find the perimeter. So perimeter is given and total sides we know in the square is 4. So 132 divided by 4, it will be 33. So we know the one unit, one side length, which is 33 centimeter, by dividing the whole perimeter with the total sides of the square. So we have found question number 15 is first part, which is they asked length of square tabletop. We have found. Now let's move on to the question number A, second part. So in question number 15A, second part, the question is they are asking about the radius of round tabletop. So we have to deal with the round tabletop. So we have to find the radius of round tabletop. So by keeping this thing in mind, we have given perimeter of the tabletop is 132 centimeter. So first we have to see this thing. Let the radius of round tabletop be r centimeter. So radius we have let this thing, it is to be r centimeter, and this thing we know when we are talking about round tabletop. So it means we are talking about circle. So the length of the circle is, the perimeter of the circle is which they have given 132. That is actually the length of the outline of the circle, which is, and by construction we know the circumference of circle is 2 pi r. That is the constructed thing which scientists have constructed. The circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, where pi is a number, irrational number. So we know this thing, the circumference of circle is 2 pi r, and we have given the perimeter of the round tabletop is 132. So if we have to find the radius of the round tabletop, we have to take this thing 2 pi r equals to 132. Why we are taking this thing equal? Because perimeter is also the length of the outline of the shape, and 2 pi r is also the outline of the shape which the scientists have constructed, which is 2 pi r. That is the outline of the circle. So 2 into and pi, in place of pi we can write 22/7. We know this thing, and multiply by r equals to 132. And after shifting this, we have to solve this equation for r, which is the radius of the round tabletop. So r equals to 21 centimeter by simplifying it. Okay, let's move on to the question number 15's B part. So in question number 15's B part, they are asking about the calculate the area of each tabletop. So we have given two tables tops here, which is one is of square top and one is of round top. So they are asking about the area of both the tabletops, and pi to be taken 22/7. So first let's find out area of square tabletop equals to, you know the formula of the area of square, which is length into width. That is, you know, the area of square. So in squares we have all sides are equal, and in the first part we have found the each side of square is, which is 33. So 33 multiplied by 33 equals to 1089 centimeter square. The unit of area is centimeter square. So in the first we have found the area of square tabletop, which is 1089 centimeter square. Okay, let's find out the area of round tabletop. Okay, the formula for area of round tabletop is, you can take this thing as area of circle. You know the area of circle, pi r square. Pi is a number and r is a radius of a circle. So area of circle is pi r square. That is the formula of area of circle, which we know. So we have to put 22/7 in place of pi, and r we have found in the first part, radius, which is 21, and we have to take the square of this as the formula suggested, and then after simplifying it, it will be 1386 centimeter square. So we have found the area of both the tabletop which they asked, square tabletop and round tabletop. So let's move on to the question number 15C first part. In question number 15C part, what they have given, the designer decides to design another table with a tabletop in the shape of an equilateral triangle as shown, such that the perimeter of the tabletop is 132 centimeters. So, and what they are asking, length of each side of the tabletop. So in question number 15C part, they have designer decides to design another tabletop which is in a shape of a equilateral triangle, and we know what is an equilateral triangle, in which all the sides of triangles are of equal length. Three sides of triangles which are of equal length, the triangle is called an equilateral triangle. So, and they have given the perimeter of that tabletop, which is 132 centimeter, and we have to find the length of each side of that equilateral triangular tabletop. So what we have to do in this, we know the perimeter is given, and perimeter is the sum of the length of the all sides of the shape. So we have given, and we know in equilateral triangle we have three equal sides. So if we have to find the length of each side, what we have to do, 132 divided by the total sides of triangle, which is 3, which is equals to 44 centimeters. So the length of each side of that an equilateral triangular tabletop is 44 centimeter. It means in an equilateral triangle, second part, area of the tabletop. We have to find the area of this triangular tabletop. So to find the area of triangle, we know what is the formula, half into base into height. We know the height. We know the height of the triangle. So for this, what we have to do, you can see by the figure, we have to find the height. We know all the sides. We have found the sides. Each side length is 44 centimeter. So but we have to find the height, which is B to C. You can see. So for this, let the height of the equilateral triangle be h centimeter, and by taking this triangle ABC, so hypotenuse square, which is one side length, we have found 44 square equals to, then perpendicular square plus base perpendicular is h square plus base is A to C. So A to C, how can we find? 44 is the total length of the base, but we have to find from A to C to find the h. So we have to 44 divided by 2 and then square by using Pythagoras theorem here. And after taking square of 44, 1936 equals to s square plus 484 after simplifying it, and the height will be at the end after simplifying 38.11 centimeter. So we have found the height. Why we found? Because we have to find the area of this triangular tabletop, and the area of that triangular tabletop we can find by multiplying the height and base by 1/2. So area of tabletop equals to half into base into height. Base is one side length, we have found 44 centimeter, into height we have found, which is 38.11. After multiplying it, the area of that triangular tabletop will be 838 centimeter square. So we have found the length of each side of the tabletop, and we have found the area of that triangular tabletop. So let's move on to the question number 15's D part. Okay, in question number 15's D part, what they are asking, if the designer wants to design a table with a tabletop in the shape of a square, a circle, or an equilateral triangle, which shape should be choose such that the tabletop has the greatest area? Justify your answer. What they are saying in D part they are saying, अगर डिज़ाइनर ने जो है टेबल टॉप बनाया है सर्कल, स्क्वायर और ट्रायंगल का, तो किस शेप का जो है एरिया, कौन सी शेप जो है सर्कल, ट्रायंगल या स्क्वायर चूज़ होनी चाहिए जिसका एरिया क्या हो, टू हैव द ग्रेटेस्ट एरिया. सो एंड दे आर आस्किंग जस्टिफाई योर आंसर. तो हमें क्या करना है? वी हैव फाउंड द एरिया ऑफ द 3 tabletops. One is of square tabletop and one is of round tabletop, which is circle. We have found in previous parts, and in the latest part we have found the area of that equilateral triangle, which is 838 centimeter square, and area of square we found is 1089 centimeter square, and area of round tabletop, which is of circle, is 1386. So it is very clear. So the tabletop in the shape of a circle should be chosen since it has the greatest area. So we have to choose the circle tabletop, circle shaped tabletop, then we will be having greatest area. So you can see, justify by evaluating these 3 points. Say if you will choose round tabletop, then you will be having greatest area, which they are asking. So hope you got what I described. So for today it's enough. Okay, for this question, the information which you should know about the area of triangle, area of square and area of circle. You know the formulas of the areas of these three shapes, and you should know also the perimeter, how to find perimeter, which we have discussed. So if you have this information with you, so then it will be easy for you to find these things which they asked in question number 15. Okay, take care. Allah Hafiz.